The Regional Trial Court Branch 130.
Hoy, ano yan?
Patay ka na.
Baba!
Prosecution as the burden of proof.
People of the Philippines versus Mariel Benedito for the crime of frustrated murder.
Uy, pre!
Congrats! Dinner ka nga pala. Uy sis, pwede ba tayo mag-usap? May importante na akong sasabihin. Pwede dito ka muna? Sis, sigurado ka na ba talaga sa kanya? Oo naman. Kanina ko palang nakuha. Sis, bakit? Ano nangyari sa'yo? Biglang ako, wala ako ng tubig. Sis, uminom ka muna ng tubig. Okay ka na ba? Tara na. Bakit ba? Ano ba nangyari sa'yo? Ano ba na nangyari? O, patay ka na.
Hoy, ano yan?
Bakit pala po yung kaibigan ko? Hindi mo kami kasalanan nito.
Baba! Taas kamay! Harap sa pader. Hello? Hello? Sir Regis, kailangan ng backup dito sa River Park. Oh, sige, papunta na kami. Okay, sige, ganito na lang gawin mo. Tawag ka na ng pinakamalapit na hospital para ma-respondihan na natin agad. Okay sir, passes lang kami dito sa sa Riverside. Passes lang kami ng ambulansya.
So tingin mo, anong motibo ng suspect bakit nagawa yan sa'yo?
Dahil po sa matinding selos po niya sa amin po ng boyfriend ko.
Anong oras nangyari yung krimen?
Around 10 a.m. po.
Naalala ba kung saan lugar?
Yes po, sa apartment po.
Sino yung mga kasama yung before nangyari yung krimen?
Yung mga pinsan po ng fiancé ko, tsaka yung best friend ko.
Sige. I-investigahan namin yung case tapos kung napatunayan namin lahat gagawin namin sa prosecutor.
Sir, good morning sir.
Morning. Buwa. So, PO2 Pagatpat, meron ditong referral about sa warrantless arrest na yung isinagawa. Ito yung patungkol kay Miss Mariel. Natandaan mo ba yan, sir?
Opo, sir.
So, tanong ko, sir, ano yung nakita mo at paano mo inaresto yung suspect?
Sir, nakita ako po kasi pinakalagkad niya yung biktima. Ang pinagtataka ko rin po, bakit hindi siya humingi ng tulong dun sa mga tao nasa building. Kaya nung nakita ko siya, pinaharap ko na lang rin siya sa palyat para makahingi ng backup.
May probable cause ka ba, sir, na nakita bago mo siya inaresto?
Meron, sir.
Ano yun, sir?
Bago ko makita yun, naninigarilyo muna ako sa may gilid ng building, sir. Tapos nakita ko, may mga baso, may mga katabing gamot na hindi ko alam kung para saan. Tapos nakita ko na lang, sir, yung paa na parang hinihila. Kaya nagkaroon na ako ng pagdududa. Kaya nung tinignan ko, naresto ko na rin, sir.
Okay, sir. So, after mo arestuin yung suspect, sir, saan mo siya dinala?
Sa municipal jail, sir. At within 12 hours, in-inquest ko na rin siya para di rin po ako makasuhan. Arbitrary detention.
Okay, sir. Tama naman ginawa mo, sir. Mukhang base sa mga sagot mo, sir, valid naman yung arrest na ginawa mo. Bali, itong referral na sinabit sa akin is ipapasa ko na sa death, sir, for the complaint.
Kakarating ko lang ng office ngayon. Sige, Papa.
Good morning, Judge.
Ay, lalo. Good morning. Please sit up.
Thank you. So, I am Prosecutor Santilleses and I have a case in here, sir, na ipapile sa inyo.
About saan mo?
Ito ay about sa frustrated murder, sir.
Hindi ko rin makita.
Yes, sir. So, ang case, sir, is about frustrated murder and ang suspect ay inaresto via warrantless arrest, caught in the act, sir. Ang suspect ay si Miss Mariel Benedito. Ang biktima, sir, ay si Miss Dedami Camille de los Santos. And na-determine na din, sir, kung may probable cause ang pag-aresto. And yung validity of arrest, sir, is okay na din. Sir, you may check the document for the approval.
Okay, sige. Iwan muna ito dito. So, kailangan kasi pag-aralan muna bago ko bigyan ng approve. So, sige, pwede ka ng arrest.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Criminal Case 24689. People of the Philippines versus Mariel Benedito. This Honorable Court of the Regional Trial Court, Branch 130, with the Honorable Judge Jillian Torlao is now in session. All rise. Let's pray. Almighty God, we stand in your holy presence, our Supreme Judge. We humbly beseech you to bless and inspire us, so that we think, say, and do will be in accordance with your will. Enlighten our minds, strengthen our spirit, and fill our hearts with fraternal love, wisdom, and understanding, so that we can become effective channels of truth, justice, and peace. In our proceeding today, give us the path of righteousness for the fulfillment of your greater glory.
Court now in session. Call the cases.
For arraignment, criminal case number 24689, People of the Philippines versus Benedito for the crime of frustrated murder. Appearance for prosecution and the defense counsel.
Your Honor, I'm Attorney Hyacinth Santelices and Attorney Efren Fantanac, appearing as a prosecutor under the direct control and supervision of the public prosecutor.
Is the accused around?
Yes, Your Honor. Please approach the bench.
Do you have a lawyer or do you want the court to appoint a lawyer for you? Attorney Ramilo Subaan, Attorney Rabino will be appointed as the lawyer for the accused.
Yes, Your Honor.
Arraign the accused.
Criminal case number 24689, People of the Philippines versus Benedito on September 17, 2017 at about 6 p.m. Miss De Los Santos, the victim, with her fiancé Jim Durazan, was conducting a party celebration for the engagement in the apartment. On the said party, Miss De Los Santos lost consciousness and taken to the hospital. The findings of the doctor said Miss De Los Santos ingested a cyanide-contained substance, a kind of poison. According to Miss De Los Santos, she ingested the grape juice and coffee given by Miss Benedito during the day, which was said to be contained the poison.
Do you understand the crime charged against you?
Yes, Your Honor.
What is your plea?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
The accused pleaded not guilty, Your Honor.
Let it be on the record that the accused not guilty for the crime of frustrated murder. The information was read to him in English, a language known and understood by the accused. Also, Attorney Subaan, the defense counsel of the accused, assisted him in this.
Your Honor, we would like to set the case for trial on October 19, 2017.
Are you amenable with the scheduled defense counsel?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, set the trial of the case on October 19, 2017. We only have one case for today.
Yes, Your Honor.
In today's trial, the arraignment of Benedito in criminal case number 24689 is conducted. The information is read to him in English, a language known and understood by him. Defense counsel Attorney Ronilo Subaan and Attorney Rabino assisted the accused. The accused pleaded not guilty for the crime charged against him. No objection, both of prosecution and defense. The case is set for trial October 19, 2017. Notify the parties thereto. So ordered.
All rise. Honorable Judge Jillian Turlao is in court.
Court is now in session. Call the cases.
For pre-trial criminal case number 44400, People of the Philippines versus Mariel Benedito for the crime of frustrated murder. Appearance for prosecution and the defense.
Your Honor, I'm Attorney Hyacinth P. Santelices, appearing as a public prosecutor. Ready, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I am Attorney Rabino appearing as defense counsel of the accused. Ready, Your Honor.
Now, we will now the distinguished counsel of the accused admit the following fact that appearing in the pre-trial brief of the prosecution. Does the accused admit to the same Mariel Benedito? This is the person being accused to allegedly poison private complainant.
Yes, Your Honor.
Does the accused admit that she and complainant was best friend as claimed by private complainant?
Yes, Your Honor.
Does the accused admit that the poison and tried to kill the private complainant?
No, Your Honor.
Does the accused admit that she forced the private complainant to take the poison?
No, Your Honor.
Does the accused admit that the jurisdiction of this court?
Yes, Your Honor.
Please take note to this stipulation. Clerk of court, does the prosecution have any comments?
No, Your Honor.
Now, we proceed to the evidence and witness to be presented by both parties. Prosecution counsel may start.
I have here with me, Your Honor, documentary and object evidences which I move to be marked as Exhibit A to Exhibit F. Your Honor, Exhibit A is the contract of lease being offered to prove that there is a stipulation on the quarterly conduct of pest control by the lessor.
Mark it.
Your Honor, I would like to request the marking of the signature appearing above the printed name of Jamaica May de Los Santos as Exhibit A1.
Have mark it.
And the signature appearing in the printed name of Dimbo Tunapos as the lesser of Bimart, Exhibit A2.
We also would like to request for the marking stipulation number 8 in this agreement, Exhibit A3. Have it marked.
I will now proceed with the Exhibit B, Your Honor, which is the picture from which a sample was taken and subjected to chemical analysis for the purpose of proving the fact that the source of poisons was the grapefruit juice prepared by the accused, contained in the picture.
Have it marked.
Your Honor, for the record, these text messages appearing on the screen of the mobile phone of Mr. Dorosan, previously marked as Exhibit C, has been identified by the witness. This document is the printed copy of the text messages contained in the mobile phone of Mr. Dorosan. We would like to request that it will be marked as Exhibit C1.
Have it marked.
Exhibit D, Your Honor, is the medical legal report is issued by the Dr. Rainier Dingle to prove the following: that the effective cause of complainant condition is chemical poisoning, that the dose taken by the complainant is necessarily fatal, and third, that the possible source of cyanide poison is the grapefruit juice prepared by the accused.
Have it marked.
I respectfully request, Your Honor, that the signature appearing in Exhibit D be marked as Exhibit D1.
Mark it. Ms. Clerk, Court, please take note, are there any additional exhibit and witnesses to be presented? Prosecution Counsel.
None, Your Honor.
Counsel for the defense, please proceed with your evidences and witnesses to be presented.
Thank you, Your Honor. I have with me the Exhibit 1 is the summary of this charge, the report to prove the complainant admission for treatment at the Medical Center Manila.
Have it marked.
Exhibit 2, Your Honor, is a psychiatric assessment issued by Dr. Cherry Naomi Garcia to prove mental and emotional condition of the complainant at the time she was admitted for psychiatric treatment.
Have it marked.
Exhibit 2A, Your Honor, is a signature by Dr. Naomi Garcia as part of her testimony attesting to the fact that she was the psychiatric of the complainant at Medical Center Manila.
Have it marked. Are there any additional exhibit and witnesses to be presented, defense counsel?
That will be all, Your Honor. Thank you.
Just the same, Your Honor, we would like to manifest our reservation for the cross-examinations of the private complainant and the witnesses.
Any further comments, counsel?
None, Your Honor.
There being no other evidence to mark in witnesses to be presented, set the case for trial on October 19, 2017, session and adjourned.
Please rise. The Regional Trial Court Branch 130 is now in session. The Honorable Judge Jillian Turlao presiding.
Members of the prosecution, your duty today will be to determine whether the defendant is guilty or not guilty based on only facts and evidence provided in the case. Is the prosecution must prove that crime was committed at the defendant is the person who committed the crime. However, if you're not satisfied of the defendant guilt to that extent, then reasonable doubt exists and the defendant must be found not guilty. Ms. Fatima Lim, what's today's case?
Your Honor, today's case is the criminal case number 24689, People of the Philippines versus Benedito.
Is the prosecution ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is the defense ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
We will now hear the opening statement from the prosecution. Prosecutor Hyacinth Santilais, please state your case.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Attorney Hyacinth P. Santilises and my assistant, Attorney Efren Fantana.
Thank you. On behalf of our state, we want to thank you for being here today. Under our criminal justice system, crimes are entitled to have their case, heard by a jury of their peers, people just like you. We are all grateful that you recognize your civic duty and are willing to set aside your personal priorities to be here.
As you have heard, the defendant has been charged with the crime of frustrated murder by the complainant, Ms. Camille, after the inquest proceeding on September 17, 2017 at about 6 p.m. Ms. De Los Santos, with the fiancé Jim Darozan, was conducting a party as a celebration for the engagement party on the said party. Ms. De Los Santos lost consciousness and taken to the hospital. The findings of the doctor said Ms. De Los Santos ingested coffee given by Ms. Benedito during the day, which was said that contained the poison, and while the defense will try to convince you that the defendant did not know the poison contained in the beverages, the state will provide convincing arguments that she not only knew the poison, but also it was also given to Ms. De Los Santos, and intentionally and with strong motives to kill her. Thank you.
Defense attorney, would you state your case?
Your Honor, they have not shown beyond reasonable doubt that accused is guilty. The evidence does not show that Ms. Benedito poisoned and frustratingly murdered Ms. De Los Santos. It was clearly stated that Ms. De Los Santos intentionally committed suicide due to her depression. By that, we ask for a verdict of not guilty, Your Honor.
My clients have no knowledge regarding the beverage that contained the poison. We will show her later on our evidence that Ms. De Los Santos was attempting to commit suicide. Since she had depression from the tragic she had in the past and having the hard time to get over with it. With this, my client is innocent, for she was just trying to help her best friend. As the state attorney mentions, please keep in mind that burden of proof falls into the state. If at the end of the trial, you have any reasonable doubt in the state case that you have should find my client is not guilty. Thank you.
Direct examination of Jedamaica May De Los Santos by Prosecutor Efren Fagtana.
Call your witness to the witness stand.
May I call on Jedamaica May De Los Santos?
Swear in the witness.
Do you swear to tell the truth, all the truth, and nothing but the truth in this case?
Please state your name and other personal circumstances.
Jedamaica May De Los Santos, 28 years of age, single, a certified public accountant of the Accounting Division of Nassau, Philippines, and a resident of Unit 143, Astral Apartment, Padre Fora, 6th Street, Ermita, Manila.
Your witness.
The witness is being presented to testify on the fact that the accused bought the rat killer and the substance that poisoned her was from the grapefruit juice, which is the accused prepared. May we proceed, Your Honor?
Proceed.
I am showing to you this document, previously marked as Exhibit A. Please go over the document and tell this honorable court of the lease agreement you are referring to.
Yes, this document is the lease agreement.
Whose signature in this above the printed name? May De Los Santos, which is apparent on page 2 of this contract of deed.
My signature, sir.
And in this signature belong to whom?
Our lesser, Danbog Bonapos.
Which purpose of this identification, Your Honor, would you like to request the marketing of the signature appearing above the printed name Jedamaica May De Los Santos as Exhibit A1?
Okay. And the signature appearing above the printed name of Benbo Bonapos. as the list or marked as Exhibit A.
Market.
We would also like to request for the marking of stipulation number 8 in this lease agreement as Exhibit A3.
Market. Was there consistent compliance by the owner?
Yes.
What happened next?
After cleaning, I rested because I got tired. I remembered that before Marielle left that morning for work, she told me not to forget to drink the grapefruit juice she prepared for me
Where did you find the grapefruit juice?
inside the rack.
If the picture containing the grapefruit juice will be shown to you, will you be able to recognize it?
Yes, that's the one.
Previously marked as Exhibit B was recognized by the victim as the picture containing the grapefruit juice prepared by the accused or the complainant. When did you drink the said beverage?
Before I went to Starbucks.
How many glasses were you able to drink?
I drank about 2 glasses.
Can you estimate the amount of juice you drank?
A glass would contain about 300 to 350 ml of liquid, so that would make about 600 to 700 ml.
What else did you do on that day?
I went out to meet Marielle for our usual coffee break in Starbucks at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We spent the whole afternoon together until we decided to go home for the party.
Did you feel anything at that time?
Objection, Your Honor. Question is leading. Sustained.
What happened at Starbucks?
While we were eating, I complained to Marielle that my head was aching.
Did your friend say anything?
She told me that I was just tired.
What time did you leave Starbucks?
5 o'clock.
What time did you arrive in your apartment?
We arrived at about 5:30 o'clock in the late afternoon. The dinner party was set at 6 o'clock that evening.
What happened later?
The guests arrived. We entertained them.
Was your fiancé with them?
Yes.
What happened next?
I approached Marielle and chatted with her.
What did you feel at that time?
My headache worsened. I began to feel nauseous and I vomited. I felt so weak that I lost my balance.
Did anyone come to help?
Yes, Marielle caught me before I hit the floor.
Did you notice anything else?
Before I totally lost consciousness, I saw that Marielle was smiling while she helped on me.
So, if the accused is inside the courtroom, will you be able to identify and point to her?
Yes, sir.
That is all, Your Honor.
Cross.
Yes, Your Honor.
Cross-examination of Jadamaica May de los Santos by Attorney Ronelo Subaan.
Miss Witness, you testified that is the lease contract, the lessor had the responsibility to conduct pest control measure. How often it is?
Quarterly, Your Honor.
And during what months did the lessor conduct this pest control measure?
February, May, August, and November of every year, Your Honor.
Miss Witness, you testified that in cleaning the dirty kitchen, you used a rat poison to kill the rat there. Is that right?
Yes.
How did you use the rat poison?
I took the cap out of the box. Then I put some into my hand. I put the rat poison in some rice, and then I put the rice on the floor so the rats that could eat them.
So you did not use any gloves to protect your hand on your skin?
No, Your Honor.
Miss Witness, do you know that rat poison could also poison human if accidentally swallowed?
Yes, Your Honor.
So even if you know, you still did not use protection for your hands?
Yes, because I plan to wash my hands after I clean the dirty kitchen.
After cleaning the dirty kitchen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Not right. After you put the poison into the rice, as you have said earlier.
Yes, Your Honor.
You testified that you drank the grape juice. What was the color of the juice?
Yellow.
When you drank the juice, what was it taste?
It was sour, a bit bitter, Your Honor.
Bitter?
Yes, Your Honor.
Hindi ka ba nagtataka na mapait na yung iniinom mong juice?
Objection, Your Honor. My witness cannot understand Filipino.
Let the question be translated by the witness.
Did you wonder why the juice was bitter?
No, Your Honor. The grapefruit juice really has a slight bitter taste, perhaps because it was so sour.
You testified that before the accused left the house, she told you not to forget to drink your juice. Has she done this even before the incident happened?
Yes, Your Honor. Both of us used to do that. We often leave food and drink for each other.
So, when she told you not to forget the drinks, it was nothing new to you because both of you had the habit.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you testified that at 3 p.m. on September 17, 2017, you met with the accused at a coffee shop. When you were with the accused, did you notice anything different at her?
Yes, Your Honor.
What was that?
When I complained about my headache, she just told me that I was just tired.
Were you not really tired after cleaning the entire house?
Yes, I was quite tired, Your Honor.
You also said that at the party you felt nauseous and you vomited and fell to the floor. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
When you were already at the floor, were you still conscious?
Yes, Your Honor.
Was your sight still clear?
A bit blurry, Your Honor.
So you cannot see clearly at the time you fell at the ground?
Yes, because I was so dizzy.
So you cannot possibly say that Mariel was really smiling when she held you?
I'm not sure, Your Honor.
Miss Witness, have you ever visited a psychiatrist?
Yes, Your Honor.
When was this?
Around August 2016, Your Honor.
Why did you get such psychiatrist?
I needed treatment for my depression, Your Honor.
What was the cause of your depression?
My parents died of a terrible accident and I blamed myself for their death.
Who was the doctor who treated you? Is this document the record of the treatment you went through under Dr. Cherry Noemi Garcia? Discharge report to the complainant.
Yes, Your Honor.
For the record, the complainant has identified Exhibit 1, which was previously marked as summary discharge report at the Medical Center, Manila. Who prepared this medical report?
It was Dr. Cherry Naomi Garcia who prepared the report, Your Honor.
Miss Witness, did anything happen before you visited your psychiatrist?
I committed suicide.
Did your psychiatrist prescribe your medication?
Yes, she gave me antidepressant pills.
Are you still taking this medication?
Not anymore, Your Honor.
No further question, Your Honor.
Redirect.
No, Your Honor. We will call our next witness.
Miss Witness, you may step down. Call your next witness.
Direct examination of Jim Dorozan by Prosecutor Yasin Santelices.
I'm calling on Mr. Jim Dorozan.
Mr. Jim Dorozan, do you swear to tell the truth, all the truth, and nothing but the truth in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Please state your name and other personal circumstances.
I'm Jim Dorozan, 30 years of age, single, head security of the Security Services Division of Nestle, Philippines, and a resident of 299 Aguado Street, San Miguel, Quiapo, Manila.
Your witness.
The witness, Your Honor, Jim Dorozan, is presented to testify on the fact that the accused secretly fell in love and could possibly be obsessed with him, and may likewise began to hate the complainant secretly. May we proceed, Your Honor?
Proceed.
Do you know the complainant?
Yes,
How are you related to her?
she is my fiancée.
Do you know the accused?
Yes,
How is she related to the complainant?
she is the childhood friend of the complainant, office mate, and they live in the same apartment.
Were you aware that the accused liked you?
Objection, Your Honor. Counsel is speculating.
Sustain.
Do you visit the complainant in their apartment?
Yes, Your Honor.
How often do you visit the complainant?
During weekdays, whenever I drop her after work, and during weekends.
When you visit the complainant in their apartment, are there any person around?
Yes, sometimes. Mariel was there.
When you visit the complainant during weekend, was the complainant always there?
Not always, Your Honor.
What do you mean when you said that the complainant was not always there?
She's not there because she went out.
And whenever that happens, what do you find at their apartment?
Mariel, Your Honor.
Mr. Witness, what do you do whenever you visit the complainant at their apartment and she is not around?
I wait for her to come back, Your Honor.
Where or in what particular part of the apartment do you wait?
At the living room, Your Honor.
So, there were times that only you and the accused were in the apartment while you were waiting for the complainant.
Yes, Your Honor.
What transpires whenever you and the accused are alone in the apartment?
The accused flirts with me, Your Honor.
What do you mean when you said she was flirting with you?
She wears revealing clothes. She says, I love you. Jokingly, mga ganun.
Do you recall how many times this have happened?
Many times, Your Honor.
What do you tell the accused every time she flirts with you?
I don't mind her jokes.
Does your fiancé know of these instances?
Yes, Your Honor.
Why?
Because I told her a few minutes about it.
What did your fiancé say?
She said, don't mind her. She's crazy.
Mr. Witness, please examine these text messages and tell the court if you recognize it.
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you recognize the person? Who owned this number?
Yes. That is the mobile number of the accused, Your Honor.
How do you know?
Because the mobile number of the accused is stored in my mobile phone, Your Honor.
Will you please read aloud the contents of these text messages?
Jim, kung hindi ka magiging akin, walang kikinabang sa'yo.
Mr. Witness, can you read the next text messages?
Akin ka lang. Mamatay ang kahit sino maagaw sa'yo.
Your Honor, for the record, these text messages appearing on the screen of the mobile phone of Mr. Dorozan. previously marked as Exhibit C, has been identified by the witness. This document is the printed copy of text messages contained in the mobile phone of Mr. De Rosa. We would like to request that it be marked as Exhibit C1.
Mark it.
What are you doing during the engagement party?
I was entertaining our friends.
Were you near the victim?
No, I was about 8 meters away from her.
Who was with the victim when the incident happened?
She was with the accused.
What did you do when you learned of the accident?
I rushed to her. She was already lying on the ground.
What did you do afterwards?
I called for an ambulance. We rushed her to the hospital.
How long did you stay with her at the hospital?
About 4 hours. I waited for the doctors to come out.
When the doctor came out, what did he tell you?
The doctor said my fiancé was poisoned.
No further question, Your Honor.
Cross.
Yes, Your Honor.
Cross-examination of Jim Dorozan by Attorney Rabino.
Mr. Witness, you have testified that whenever you and Miss Benedito are alone in the apartment, she tried to flirt you. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
What made you say that?
Well, I feel she made some advice.
How long have you known Miss Benedito?
I have known her ever since I began courting my fiancé. Since both of them live in the same apartment, that's about 4 years ago.
You also testified that Miss Benedito sent you threatening text message. What is also your proof that this was indeed my client who sent you those messages?
I am sure, Your Honor, because I'm familiar with the way she constructs her message.
Mr. Witness, does the complainant use your mobile phone in sending text message to her friends?
Yes, sometimes.
No further question, Your Honor.
Direct examination of PO2 Mr. Pagatpat by Prosecutor Yasin Santelices. Do you swear to tell the truth, all the truth, and nothing but the truth in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Please state your name and other personal circumstances.
Dr. Rainier Dingle, 28 years old, single, emergency physician and resident of Robinson Tower, Padre Paura Street, Ermita, Manila.
Your witness.
This witness, Your Honor, Dr. Rainier Dingle, will testify on his personal observation before he exercised the warrantless arrest by him to prove the following. First, that Miss Mariel was trying to hide the body of Miss Jedamica. And second, that she poisoned the complainant. May we proceed, Your Honor?
Proceed.
You declared that you were at the party. What was your relationship to the victim who invited you to the party?
I am a cousin of his fiancé, James, and he was also the one who invited me to the party.
Where were you before you saw Miss Mariel?
I was in the living room with James together with our cousins while having drinks.
You're drinking. It means you're drunk when you saw Miss Mariel.
No, I have drunk half a glass and went to the restroom. As I was walking, I heard something, felt so immediately went to it.
And what did you discover, sir?
I saw Maria lifting Jedamica unconscious that time into a room that has no other people.
No more questions, Your Honor. We will proceed on our last witness.
Call your witness.
I'm calling on Dr. Rainier Dingle.
Mr. Dingle, do you swear to tell the truth, all the truth, and nothing but the truth in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Please state your name and personal circumstances.
Dr. Rainier Dingle, 28 years old, of a single emergency physician and president of Robinson Tower, Padre Paura Street, Ermita.
Your witness.
This witness, Your Honor, Dr. Rainier Dingle, will testify on his findings in the medical legal report prepared by him to prove the following. First, that the effective cause of the complainant's condition is by chemical poisoning. And second, that the dose taken by the complainant is necessarily fatal. And third, that the possible source of cyanide poison came from the grape juice prepared by the accused. May we proceed, Your Honor?
Proceed.
You declared that you were a doctor of medicine. Where did you finish your medical degree?
Emilio Aguinaldo College, United Nation Avenue, Manila.
When did you graduate?
1994.
Are you a licensed physician?
Yes.
When did you pass the doctor's board examination?
In 1998.
Did the patient see you for a follow-up, doctor?
Yes.
So, doctor, did you find any neurologic complication in the said follow-up?
None.
So, doctor, we are assured that the patient complainant herein is in a healthy state of mind.
Yes.
Attached to the record of the case is a medical legal report issued by one Dr. Rainier Dingle. Is this the one you are referring to?
Yes.
For the record, the witness has identified the document previously marked as Exhibit D as the medical legal issued by Dr. Rainier Dingle. There is a signature above the typewritten name of Dr. Rainier Dingle. Whose signature is this?
It is my signature.
I respectfully request to you, Your Honor, that the signature appearing at the Exhibit D be marked as Exhibit D1.
Mark it.
The examination of Dr. Cherry Naomi Garcia by Attorney Ronilo Subaan.
For the defense, we are ready to present our witness, Your Honor.
Proceed.
Do you swear to tell the truth, all the truth, and nothing but the truth in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Please state your name and other personal circumstances.
I am Dr. Cherry Naomi Garcia, 35 years old, single, a licensed psychiatrist at the Psychiatry Department, Medical Center, Manila, and a resident of 123 Cruzada, St. Quiapo, Manila.
Your Honor, the witness is presented to testify on the medical records complainant to under several counseling session under the supervision of the prove that the mental and emotional stability is the complainant may we proceed.
Proceed.
When were you admitted to the practice of medicine?
In 1995, Your Honor.
From what university of college did you graduate and when?
I graduated from the University of Santo Tomas in the year of 1994.
Did you graduate with honors?
Yes, Latin honors, Your Honor.
What is the nature of your work in the psychiatrist?
I listen and talk to patients about their mental, emotional, and behavioral problems and assess the status of these disorders. I also prescribe medications, cognitive therapy, behavioral therapy, or psychological counseling, depending on the patient's need.
Do you know the complainant in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Why do you know her?
She was my patient at the Psychiatry Department of Medical Center, Manila.
When was this?
August 16, 2016.
For what reason did she come to your clinic?
At first, the patient was apparently normal, but when she began talking about her family, particularly her parents, she began to sob. Then she cried. Her hands were trembling. She blamed herself for the death of her parents.
Will you explain to this court what the condition means?
Single episode depression of SED is a type of major depression that occurs once as a result of a single psychological trauma. In the case of the patient, based on our conversation, the only traumatic event which caused the depression was tremble accident and death of her parents.
Redirect.
No, Your Honor. We will call on our last witness.
Miss Witness, you may step down, please.
For the defense, we are ready to present the accused, Your Honor.
Proceed.
Miss Witness, do you swear to tell the truth, all the truth, and nothing but the truth in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Please state your name and other personal circumstances.
Mario Dini Benito, 28 years of age, single, food toxicologist of the Research on Development Division, Nestle Philippines, and a residence of Unit 123 Astral Apartment, Padre Paura, San Ermita, Manila.
Your Honor, the testimony of the witness is being offered to controvert the material allegations of the information against. Miss Witness, are you the same Mariel Benito who is the accused in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you know the complainant?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you know her personally?
Yes.
What time did you leave the house?
I left the house 6:30 a.m.
So, could you positively say that you had no idea about what transpired on the day September 17, 2017 before the incident at the engagement party happened?
Objection, Your Honor. The counsel is speculating.
Sustain. Proceed.
What did you do to help the complainant during the time she was suffering from depression?
I was always talking to her, asking her how she feels, if she was okay or not.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Redirect.
No, Your Honor.
Yes, you may step down, please. Formal offer of evidence and defense.
Your Honor, we are now resting the case for the defense.
How do you intend to submit your formal offer?
We can now formally offer our evidence, Your Honor.
Proceed.
Exhibit 1 is the summary discharge report to prove the complainant's admission for treatment at the Medical Center, Manila. Exhibit 2 is the psychiatric assessment issued by Dr. Cherry Naomi Garcia to prove mental and emotional condition of the complainant. Exhibit 3A is the printed copy of the electronic signature of the complainant to prove the authorship of the electronic mails sent by her.
Any comment, Prosecutor Pagtanak?
As to Exhibit 1 and 1A, we can admit the existence or authenticity, Your Honor. As to Exhibit 2 and 2A, we can only admit the existence but not the authenticity and truthfulness, Your Honor.
Acting on the formal of exhibit, the defense counsel in comment thereby, the public prosecutor by the court resolved to admit all the exhibit offered by the defense counsel in the offer. Any rebuttal evidence, Fiscal.
No rebuttal evidence, Your Honor.
Considering that the public prosecutor will not present rebuttal evidence, the court gives the parties 30 days from today within which file their respective memoranda. The case shall be deemed submitted for decision after the lapse of the said period event. Without the said memorandum, any closing statement?
Your Honor, today we have the burden of proof as the evidence shown which is the medical legal findings and the testimony of our witness. By that, we ask for a verdict of guilty, Your Honor.
Your Honor, today the prosecution has the burden of proof and they have a faith to prove it. Your Honor, they have not shown beyond reasonable doubt that the accused is guilty. The evidence does not show that Ms. Benedito poisoned and frustratingly murdered Ms. De Los Santos. It was clearly stated that Ms. De Los Santos intentionally committed suicide due to her depression. By that, we ask for a verdict of not guilty, Your Honor.
We have now heard arguments from both sides in the case of People of the Philippines versus Benedito. We have been given material that will help understand the law as regarding presumption of innocence and reasonable doubt, as well as the requirement for a unanimous verdict in the facts of the state must be proved in order to find the defendant guilty. Order.
Well, the defendant, please stand. You may please read the verdict.
As to the charges against Miss Benedito, Your Honor, we find as follows that Miss Benedito is guilty for the crime of frustrated murder.
Thank you, everyone.